What is up, guys? Welcome to some TF2. What is this on my channel? Basically, I felt like playing something different the other day, and TF2 was something that's been sitting in my library, and believe it or not, Eventful PC, the PC gamer, only has 10 hours in TF2. One of the classics, one of the originals. I only have 10 hours in it. I know it's such a shame, but I'll explain myself. So enjoy some TF2 footage in the background. I'm not the best in the world. I rarely know what's going on, but I can shoot things. That's about all I got going for me. Anyway, so I remember going over to a friend's house, and just a little background on me. I graduated high school in 2006, so I was in high school in the early 2000s, and I had a gaming PC back then. Me and my brother, more like we both shared our gaming PC, and we didn't really play a whole lot of first-person shooters. Like I mentioned in one of my videos before, I had Call of Duty 1, but I don't remember ever playing it online. I played like Tom Clancy, and that was kind of my jam. My brother was into things like StarCraft and Warcraft, I think. I can't remember the exact games, but like I just missed this whole the epicness that was all of the Valve games coming out, because back then, while the Half-Life was coming out, I remember going over to a friend's house and him being like, dude, check out this game. It's like, you can play online and like modded the game. And he was talking about Half-Life Deathmatch, which is basically where, if you don't know, this is where Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, all these games stemmed off of. Basically, they're all Half-Life 2 mods. So that's where it all started, and it's really crazy to think back to that, because I hadn't really thought about that in years, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember going over to my friend James's house, and like none of us really knew what was happening. We didn't know how big it could potentially be at the time. We were just like, yeah, it's just this game that came out, you know? And looking back on it, it's wild and crazy to see what Steam and Valve has turned into, because believe it or not, back then, Steam was not very popular. I remember hearing about Steam, and I was like, wait, so you download the game and you have to download their program? It was kind of like, you know how Origin is the bad guy now? Steam was like that at one time. Everybody's like, so I have to buy the game and they own it? So like, it was a big deal. I remember this, and my brother was like, he's older than me if you couldn't figure that out, but he was like, don't buy games on Steam, they're just gonna rip you off, it'll never turn into anything. And it just boggles my mind how things have changed, but it's crazy to think back, because it sucks that I missed out, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal. But because I was really into Halo 2 in high school and like Halo 3. If I was gonna play a first-person shooter, I was gonna play a Halo, and I really liked those games, and I never really got into the whole. The PC gaming thing fell off for me because I had my Xbox and Halo, and all my friends played Halo. So the idea of playing like Team Fortress on PC wasn't really something that interested me. And I know, looking back, you're like, how could that not be fun? But anyway, you know how it is. If your friends aren't playing it, then it's not very much fun in general. So I missed out on a lot of that, and it's nice to go back to a game like this that feels so stinking good. I know I mentioned in my Titanfall video, it's like, I haven't played a game that felt this good in forever, you know, and it's very akin to Team Fortress 2. I mean, obviously they're both on the Steam, or on the Source engine, and it's crazy to think how far this engine has come, and how good every shooter that you play on the Source engine feels good. And you can see me hitting these shots that are kind of ridiculous, because when I shoot, that's where the bullets go. And I've been playing some Battlefield 4 and just getting burned out in general, you know. And I played with Crunch, the guy I mentioned again the other day. And I know some of you guys have added me. If you want to play, just join my session and say, hey, what's up, and we'll squad up or invite me or whatever. But basically, Battlelog just turned off while we were playing, just shut off and kicked everybody out of the server. So I was like, oh man. And then I got back on, and I just was having a bad day in Battlefield. And you know, I've played some Battlefield 3 lately and went on to that, and just switching between those two games doesn't help anything. And when you're having a good day in Battlefield and something crappy happens, I can shrug it off. But whenever you're playing like crap and then you're getting kind of screwed over by getting shot around corners, I just alt F4 sometimes. I rage quit sometimes, because that keeps me from actually getting mad at the game. Like the term rage quit, actually, it's like preventative rage quit is what it should be called, because it keeps me from keeping on playing the game, and I turn it off at that point and I go do something else. So Anyway, it's so nice to come back to a game like this that uses good hit registration, and the net code is pretty doggone solid just for how fast-paced this game is. You know, like anybody with over like 50 ping in the server was at a serious disadvantage just because of how well you can connect and how fast the game moves, and it's just so nice to go back and play a fun game like this. But anyway, I'm gonna put some footage in the background. I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched, and let me know, did you guys play TF2? When did you what game really got you into PC gaming? I know I missed out on the prime time when I could have been in, and I had a gaming PC. I know, Scrub City, that's me. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of Half-Life 2 and where you started PC gaming. See ya.